Hey, it's your Scale Up Biz Coach, Lori McNaughton. It is January 2025. I hope you guys are all as excited as I am about the coming year, what you're going to accomplish, where you're going with your business, getting clear on what the obstacles, barriers, or maybe some beliefs that are getting in the way of you reaching the mountaintop, if I could call it that. Getting clear on how you're going to get there. So with that in mind, I created a resource guide for you. It's called 10 Steps to Scale Up Your Business Without Burning Out. I called it that specifically because of this reason. I've been doing this for 21 years. And I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation with a business owner that went something like this. I had a team of 15, or I had a team of 20, or got up to 30 people or whatever, and it just completely burned me out. And when I looked at my financial statements, not only was I working way too hard, working 7 days a week or 6 days a week, 60, 70, in some cases even more. That's that little look that I had on my face is for you guys that are working more than that. That's craziness. And then they said, it just got to be too much. And when I divided, how much I was making in extra money into the number of hours I was working, I was making less money than the people that were working for me. And so I downsized back down to 3, 4, 5 people, or whatever the case may be. And I also can't tell you how many times I, talked to business owners over the past 21 years and, um, you know, called back 5 years later, 3 years later, whatever that was, and they were closed, done, toast. And how many times I wish that, God, I wish I would have just been a little bit more persuasive. I wish I would have been able to, get through to them to show that, what I can help them do is going to not only scale up that business for them so that they're doing more revenue, but more importantly, they're going to be doing more profit. And you've heard me say this before. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. I mean, I don't even do I need to say more? So I created this resource guide called the 10 Steps to Scale Up Your Business without burning out. And I also created a checklist. I'm going to put a link in the description for this video so you can download it and use it as a guide to help you get your business to where you want to be. If you haven't done this already, think about this from this perspective. Where am I today? Where do I want to be? Not just 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. We completely overestimate what we can accomplish in a month, 3 months, a year. But we completely underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years, 10 years. And here's the thing, if you do the work up front, if you look at this resource guide and you do the work up front, a year from now, your business will look completely different than it does today. Completely different than it does today, without doubt. So that being said, appreciate your time here today. Come back again. Subscribe to this channel. Apparently that's a good thing to do for people like me. I'm not a really big person on self-promotion, but I've also realized that if I don't promote myself, how am I going to help? How am I going to be of service to other people? And I created a new vision for my little practice here this past year. I'm just going to share it with you. I'm going to read it because it's easier to read than it is to try to remember. So it's to create a world where every individual and business thrives, making the world a better place for all. Here's the thing. We're all connected, every single one of us. And I don't want just some people doing better. I just don't want my business owner clients doing better. I want the people that work for them doing better. And if your business is scaled up, it's doing more revenue, and it's doing more profit, you can afford to pay your people at the top of the scale. And that does a couple of different things. First of all, it shows that you appreciate them. Secondly, they don't go looking someplace else for work. Go someplace else because somebody else offered them more money. And my mission is to make personal and professional development accessible and affordable to everyone, empowering individuals and business owners to unlock their full potential. And I say that because and maybe you've heard me say this in some of my other videos, personal and professional development is a must. Somebody said this way smarter than me. If you want to earn more, first you need to learn more. And if you don't learn more, I can pretty well tell you exactly what your business is going to look like. I just realized I was shaking the desk and the camera was shaking. Anyways, doesn't really matter. This is, off the cuff, impromptu. Um, you know, I aspire to the 80-20 rule, and that is that 20% of what I do gives me 80% of the results that I have. It's the same for you and your business. I don't want to spend 80% of my time shooting, reshooting, editing, shooting, reshooting, editing, going back and forth. This is just me off the cuff and live. I'm not using a script or anything like that because I want to be using my time to help other people versus shooting videos. So coming back to that mission statement about personal professional development, I've spent, I don't want to say how much money because it's shocking to some people, but I can tell you this unequivocally, every penny of that has come back to me tenfold, and I know it will for you too. And when I say personal professional development is affordable for everyone, listen, some of the people who work for you, first of all, it's a stretch for them to afford to pay for anything for themselves. But you, as the business owner, you can bring somebody like me in and I can train your whole team. We can do it in a day or 2 days. It doesn't matter. I've got 1 and 2 day courses that I do with teams that are both professionally orientated as well as personal, because as I always say, work hard. I borrowed this from Jim Rohn. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The reason is because as you get better at what you do, your team gets better at what they do or who they are. They also get better at their work. They get better at their home work life. They get better with their families, the whole shoot and match. So personal development has a widespread effect on everybody that gets involved with it. So again, I'm going to link into the comment, the link here. You can go there and download these 2 assets, resource guides, and a checklist, and just work your way through it. And I wish you nothing but the best possible year in 2025. If you want to know more about my work, go to lauriemcnaughton.com or scaleupbizcoach.com and just have a poke around. You'll see a business blog. You'll see some testimonials from clients that have worked for me in the past, and you'll just get to know a little bit more about my mission and what I want to accomplish in 2025. And really what I want to accomplish in 2025 is being of service to more small and medium-sized business owners and growing and expanding our middle class, because I believe that is the key to a happy, healthy family unit, but a country as well. The backbone of this country is built on small and medium-sized businesses, and small and medium-sized businesses do things that are good for everybody. Whereas, and I am not in favor of big, giant, multinational corporations that really they use it as an ends to means, spending millions of dollars to shoot themselves into space. Sorry, I just don't get that. I want you to do better. I want people who work for you to do better. I want them to be able to live better. I want them to have a more comfortable, happy, adjusted life. So go to my website, check it out. If you like, you can, when you get this document, you'll have an opportunity to book a 15-minute discovery meeting with me. Or if you go to my website, you can scroll down and you'll see there's a link there. You can book a 15-minute discovery meeting in there. And that's just an opportunity for us to have a conversation, so I can understand where you're at, where you want to go, what are the obstacles, barriers, or beliefs that are getting in the way of you reaching that level of success that you want to have. I can talk about, and if we think that there's some synergy there and there's some resonance in the way we interact with each other, we can talk about booking an hour-long complimentary coaching session where we'll dive in deeper to the solutions and talk about those and see how they might have an effect for your team. Thanks for listening. Again, it's Laurie McNaughton, your Scale Up Biz Coach, looking for the opportunity to be of service. Take care and have yourself a spectacular 2025.